It's hard to assess what's going on in your mind at the time of the tornado disaster, but my wife was in the basement with my grandchildren, and I was outside looking for the tornado. I should have been in the basement, but I wasn't. And as it turned out, shortly after the tornado hit, we did get information that it hit town. We didn't know where at that time.
I was exactly where I was in '76, and that was at the Park District offices doing almost exactly the same thing, putting people in the basement preparing for the front, because we could see it coming in. Unlike '76, we didn't have 300 children because we didn't have the pool open on March 27th, but we did have about 15 odd people in the building, employees, racquetball players, and so forth. And after it passed us, we came upstairs and obviously knew from the debris that the town was taking a clobbing pretty hard. And just, I think most of us sat and we just reflected, and I think each one of us said our own little silent, whatever we are, to whatever Lord of respect that they had, saying, let there be no death or injury, and at least that one came out. We have obviously a great spectrum of damage, from a broken window to complete destruction of homes. The '76 storm obviously concentrated in one basic area and did massive destruction. This one had a broad spectrum of destruction. The first housing units or any type of business in the township that got hit were the Rogus homes out on 127th and Smith, and the last one hit was St. James Church, all the way on the east end. We lost about 30 to 40 apartments in that, which probably represents about 40% of all the apartments or multi-density housing units we have in the entire community. So multi-density was probably the chief significant impacted by this one. The storm itself did follow northeasterly track from the southwest up, and she snaked. You can follow it right on a map. You can go most by the maps and actually find the houses without any difficulty.
My secretary, Carol Skopek, and I had gone into the sanctuary, and we were carrying materials that we were bringing there for the Holy Communion service that was going to take place the following night. We heard the tornado siren. I immediately sent Carol to the safest place that we have, and that's the women's washroom in the first floor of the new building. And she ran down there, and of course I did just as Joe did. I did the wrong thing. I ran outside to take a look. I really didn't know until about 45 minutes later just how broad the spectrum of damage was. The storm of 1991 was a storm much more in the classic mode of tornadoes, where you have a front come through and you see the very distinct shaped cloud and you see a small tail that seems to be jumping and bouncing. This storm was also moving at a very high rate of speed.
I think we can't say enough about the hundreds of neighbors who didn't even hesitate, who reached in their garage, pulled a chainsaw, grabbed an axe, or just started picking up litter and started hauling it to the streets the next morning. We had hundreds never come to check in to volunteer. They went right on the street, right to the locations. And that's what makes this town so unique, so much better than I think other communities.